Hello everyone. Today I decided to make a video on something that I plan to experiment with in 2025. And this video is how do we make sure that the goals that we have identified for ourselves in 2025, we achieve them. I have made extensive notes for this particular video, so let's begin without much ado. So the first and the foremost thing I want to talk about is the 90-day goal setting challenge. Most of us try to think of goals in terms of a year, that is 365 days. So what we invariably think or do is that we will set up goals for the whole year, but by the time, I think in my case, you reach end of January, you've forgotten half the resolutions that you set up for the end of the year, because a year is a long period of time. Now, if you cut short that period into 4 quarters, then you are probably in a better space and in a better position to fulfill the goals that you have set for the first quarter or the first 3 months, that is till the end of March. Now, I would highly recommend everybody who's listening to this video is to think of your goals for the next 90 days. It is called the 90-day goal setting challenge. Now, why do I think those 90 days are probably your best shot at achieving your goals for this year? Is because 90 days, first of all, is a number that we can deal with in our head. Secondly, it makes the entire process much simpler. Thirdly, you can break your bigger goals into smaller goals. Because bigger goals could be, for example, let's say I want to lose 10 kilos in this year. So maybe my 90-day goal can be only to lose 2 kilos. Now, when I think of it as 2 kilos, it looks like a target that I can achieve. But the minute I think of 10 kilos, like, I have to lose 10 kilos. And by the time I really get around to it, instead of losing, I would have probably gained weight. So in many ways, 90 days goal setting program has the capacity and has also the ability for you to think in smaller ways and work with smaller wins. So that is number one. The second thing is very important when you're setting your goals for a particular year, and in my case I'm focusing on 2025, is I don't want to have 30 goals for 90 days. I don't want to focus on more than 5 goals in the first 90 days of this year. Why I don't want to do it? Because the larger the number, the more my mind becomes clouded in my ability to achieve that goal. The more goals there are, the more planning I have to do. The more planning I have to do, the more research I have to do. The more research I have to do, the more time I need to find. So I would highly urge you to think of 3 to 5 goals that you can accomplish in the first 90 days. Now, when I say 3 to 5 goals, then at the same time, I would like to give you a reference point in the different categories you can pick up the goals. One, and the most important category I always feel, is personal development. Learning a skill, getting better at something. In my case, if I have a YouTube channel, I want to create better content. I want to do better research. I want to provide more value. As a coach, as a mentor, as somebody who does healing, trauma healing, creating boundaries, as a content creator, I want my content to be top notch. So the first category would be personal development. The second category, which I think really impacts, because in my counseling sessions I see a lot of people are very challenged with their personal relationships, whether it is with a spouse, with a husband, with a child, with a parent, family dynamics. People really struggle in their personal relationships. So the second category could be, what can I do to improve my personal relationship with XYZ? Anything about personal relationships. Third category I really feel is very important and needs a lot of work is our health. Health is wealth. If I think you are spending some time every single day to take care of your health, you will do better in life. Because if your health is perfectly doing well, you will have the capacity and the ability to focus on other things in life. So health becomes another very important category. Fourth category could be your career, your business. If you're an entrepreneur like me, you are a self-employed person, there are so many sections of your business you need to focus on. It could be from taxes, it could be from discipline, it could be from organizing your workspace. So many things that need your attention when you are in your own business. If you are a career person, you're a corporate professional, you're a school teacher, you're a medical professional, you're a doctor, whatever it is, that also needs organization. You need to make your lesson plans. You need to make sure the report cards are at time. You have to set up question papers. The more you focus on those things, the more you will have the ability to outperform yourself. And last but not the least category, which I always feel, is our spiritual mental well-being. It is so important to take care of our spirit and our soul and our mental health. WHO has repeatedly said that the biggest challenges facing the world today, facing individuals today, is their mental health. In my counseling practice, I see so many people who are struggling with their mental health and they don't know what to do about it because there is no awareness around it. So for your mental health, whether it is self-reflection, whether it is journal writing, whether it's reaching out to a professional if you're going through something, it's important you pay attention on it. So these are the different categories in which you can set goals for the coming 90 days. Now the next thing I think which is very important if you want to achieve your goals is, so you have set your 90-day goals. Now, how are you going to be accountable that you are in alignment with completing or fulfilling those goals in the next 90 days is that when you really sit down and analyze and record the goals that you've written, and please write all your goals down. Make sure that at the end of every week, it could be a Friday evening, it could be Saturday morning, it could be Sunday, but every week you review how you're progressing in terms of your goals. Maya Angelou beautifully says, when you know better, you do better. Are you focusing enough attention on a weekly basis that you know how far you're progressing with your goal achievement? When you measure something, you create the capacity to improve upon it. So measure where you are. Isn't this in alignment with what deadlines I've sent in, with the timelines I've sent in? Is it in alignment with what I want to achieve? Am I going sidetrack? Am I online? Am I doing the right things? Are the habits that I'm forming in alignment with the goals that I have set up? So a weekly review is very, very important if you want to work on your goals. Next thing, I think it's very, very important. How do you bring it down to everyday level? So start the day before evening that you write down what you need to work upon, a to-do list for the next day. I highly recommend also making a not to-do list. These are the things I'm not going to do. But making a to-do list, identifying what is important is really vital. Now I will like to show you, this is the kind of to-do list I make every day. An everyday basis, and then I have a marker or a Sharpie. As I accomplish those things on a day-to-day basis, I will just highlight it, knowing that I have achieved. Now, all things that I write in my daily to-do list are in alignment with what I need to achieve. For example, it's a very simple thing. As a reminder, I have set myself that every day in the morning, I am not going to really look at my phone. So every day in my to-do list, I write it down, not looking at phone 30 minutes till I have, after I have woken up. So the minute I read that, I am reminded of the fact this is a goal I have set up for myself for the next 90 days. So creating that daily to-do list also helps a lot. The other thing is, the first two things that can really help. One is this particular habit. Don't look at your phone once you get up. Most of us have become so addicted to this device called a mobile phone. I'm grateful for it because I'm recording my YouTube video on this mobile. So I understand the power of technology and the power of gadgets. But anything that goes overboard will hamper achievement of your goals. Anything that goes off balance. So So 30 minutes after you get up, don't look at your mobile. Only use it after. And some people say, oh, we were so used to, looking at our mobile the minute we get out, and especially when we go to the toilet. Well, if that be the case, keep a book in the toilet and read 1 or 2 pages of it. But do not take your phone in the toilet. First of all, because of the scrolling, incessant scrolling, you will waste too much time. And secondly, it is not going to be good for your mental health. The last but not the least thing, which I have experimented, I have collected data because I do workshops in schools, I do workshops in colleges and with corporates, is when you start a gratitude practice. When you start a gratitude practice or a gratitude journaling practice, what happens is the more you focus on the positive things of your life, the more positivity comes into your life. And one of the things when we set up goals for ourselves is we want to be in a space where we feel that we have the confidence to achieve the goals as we push ourselves to perform better. When we have a gratitude practice, automatically our mind is enveloped in a beautiful space of calmness, of positivity, because we are able to appreciate what we are achieving. We are able to appreciate what we have. In doing so, in being in that appreciative mode, I think helps us to achieve more. So these are some few ways in which you can set up your goals for 2025. Comment below as to what are the goals that you have set up if you want to share them. If you need help with it, get on a one-to-one clarity call with me by leaving your email ID or your phone number so I can send you the link to get on a clarity call with me for doing your goal setting for the year 2025. As far as this video is concerned, this is all that I wanted to talk about. I really wish that you achieve all the goals that you set yourself for. Remember, when you don't have goals in life, it doesn't really work. And also, I would highly recommend you to listen to The Strangest Secret by Earl Nightingale, which is one of the best pieces of advice I've ever heard in my life. There are many versions of it available on YouTube. Please go and have a look. And probably that will also spur you to create a 90-day goal list. That is it for me at this end for today. Bye for now.